Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel, to the 10th coffee stream. Hope everyone's having a great day, or great morning, great afternoon, depending on your time zone. Hello to the Lucky Pop-Tart. Hello to Straight Sith Male. Hello to the Expendable Guardsman. Hello, Chadwick. I don't know, my screen reader is mispronouncing that name, so I'm just going to say hello, Chadwick. Hello, Churchy. I hope everyone is doing fantastic today. Boy, oh boy, do I have some ridiculous news for you today. What? I thought it was Command F4. Huh. Pinkalo, you are wrong about the hotkey to slow the voice down. It is not working. Anyway, sorry. I thought there was a way to slow the screen reader down with a hotkey, but it's not working. So, I'm still trying to figure out how to make my screen reader slightly less methed out. Hi, Nico. I've got a bunch of disability news and stuff today because I went down the Twitter rabbit hole and I searched. I just typed in on the Twitter search disability, and I did a blindness search too, and then I hit the news tab, and holy shitballs did I come up with some ridiculous stories. But first, oh, most people can't pronounce my name. Okay, that sucks. But first, before we get to the ridiculousness, I've got a slightly maddening story that I'd like to get out of the way. So we'll get that unpleasantness out of the Oh, don't tell me you're doing the thing that Windows does. You used to be able to just type into the text fields on a Mac without having to do anything special. But not anymore, apparently. There we go. With Windows computers, if you just go onto a text field with a screen reader and try and type, it'll take you all over the page. And Mac has started doing that now, which is freaking aggravating. All right, let's get into these DMs here. And by the way, guys, if you are willing and able, the Streamlabs and Patreon links are in the description of this stream. Also, I dropped the Streamlabs link in chat at the top, just to make it a bit more accessible. And I do appreciate the donations. You guys are amazing. Let's find the story that I'm talking about, that I want to get out of the way here. There it is. There it is. Now, guys, this story I had to share it and talk about it because it's really fucking aggravating. It's freaking awful that it shouldn't be happening. This what's going on in this story, and I'm probably gonna get really mad about it, but it needs to be talked about because yeah. And then we'll get on to the ha 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 portion of the stream. So this headline is
banner, heading level 1. Tori Stafford's family to protest transfer of one of her killers to Indigenous Healing Lodge.
Tori Stafford's family to protest one of her killers transfer to an Indigenous Healing Lodge. Now, for any Canadians not here, Tori Stafford was an 8-year-old girl. Her case garnered national attention. She was from Ontario. She was lured away from her school and she went missing for months. They couldn't find this poor little girl and they ended up finding her. She unfortunately had been murdered pretty brutally. She went through a lot before she passed away. And her killers were since convicted and put in prison where they should be. Except now one of them is being transferred to an Indigenous Healing Lodge. So let's read.
Video player, group. Start, end of, video, link. Tori's link. Image JPG, link. Image JPG. Convicted killer Terry Lynn McClintock is being moved from prison to an Aboriginal Healing Lodge in Saskatchewan.
Convicted killer Terry Lynn McClintock is being moved from prison to an Indigenous Healing Center in Saskatchewan.
Link. CTV link. Image JPG link. Image The family of Tori Stafford is planning a protest after discovering one of her killers was sent to a healing lodge. Jill Massishan reports.
So her family is planning to Tori Stafford's family is planning to protest after they found out. They just found out that this person has been she's already been transferred. This isn't up for discussion. This has already happened.
Link. Rally planned after McClintock transferred. Link. Image JPG. Link. The father of Tori Stafford questions the justice system after hearing the news.
Well, I would question the justice system after hearing that news as well.
Link. 1. Link. 2. 6K. CTVnews.ca. Published Tuesday, September 25th. Last updated Tuesday. The family of the murdered Ontario girl says one of her killers is living at an Indigenous Healing Lodge in Saskatchewan instead of the maximum security prison where she had been serving a life sentence.
Yeah, so she was in maximum security prison serving a life sentence, and they transferred her to an Indigenous Healing Center out in Saskatchewan.
Terry Lynn McClintock, who was convicted of first-degree murder in the kidnapping, rape and murder of Victoria Tori Stafford, in 2009, is now being housed at the Yakima OC Healing Lodge near Maple Creek. She had been serving her life sentence at the maximum security Grand Valley Institution for Women in Kitchener.
Okay. First-degree murder, rape of an 8-year-old girl, serving a life sentence, obviously necessary. Hello, failure. How are you? Very nice to see you. Ha 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 ha. What exactly is a healing lodge? Is it like a discount sweat lodge? I don't know. I really don't know.
Correctional Services Canada would not confirm the transfer, citing privacy legislation, but Rodney Stafford, Tori's father, told CTV London he found out about the transfer after a corrections officer contacted him regarding McClintock's request for day passes. You are currently on...
Oh, snap! So Corrections Canada isn't commenting, citing privacy violations. I don't think you deserve privacy if you're a prisoner. I'm sorry. If you broke the law, you go to jail and you don't get fucking the same privileges as those of us who just, live according to the law. Yeah, it's a native thing. It's hard to explain. Yeah, Churchy, you're right.
FSK _ heading level 2. Related stories. Link. Terry Lynn McClintock faces addition. Heading level 2. Photos. Link. Image. Relatives. Link. Image. Relatives of murder victim Tori Stafford are outraged by the transfer of one of her killers to an Indigenous Healing Lodge in Saskatchewan. Link. Terry Lynn McClintock is taken into police custody on May 20th. The woman had made mention that Terry Lynn had been moved to Terry Lynn McClintock.
There we go.
The woman had made mention that Terry Lynn had been moved to Saskatchewan to this healing lodge, and I was kind of blown away. He said, "I wish I had known when she was originally moved." You are current.
So this is a quote from him. The woman kind of mentioned that Terry Lynn had been moved to Saskatchewan in a healing lodge in Saskatchewan, and I was blown away. I really wish I had known when she had been originally moved. That's a quote from the father of this little girl. Yeah, I don't blame him.
Every time things seem to start to get a little bit better, something like this comes along, where you just lose faith. You are currently on a text.
Yeah.
Akima OC allows for communal living. You are currently on a.
Okay, so this lodge, that was the name of the lodge that the screen reader just butchered and said really fast, allows for communal living.
Link, according to CSC's website. You are current.
CSC, Corrections Service Canada.
And provides a safe and empowering environment.
And provides a safe and empowering environment. Okay, that's great if you're a low-level criminal who didn't lure and rape and brutally murder an 8-year-old girl with her fucking boyfriend. That's just fine for fucking petty criminals and people who like have first-time offenses. Not a first-degree fucking murder. First-degree murder means you planned it. It was premeditated. You don't get to go and play fucking the I'm a poor native card. I didn't mean to murder this child and rape this child with my boyfriend because I'm a native. Send me to this healing center instead. Fuck you. Fuck you, you evil cunt.
A personal life plan is created for each Aboriginal offender, outlining what she needs emotionally, physically, and spiritually to help with her rehabilitation. Programs help offenders build the strength they need to make essential changes in their lives. Programs address vocational training, family and children, Aboriginal language, and nature. The women learn how to live independently by cooking, doing laundry, cleaning, and doing outdoor maintenance chores.
Oh yeah, because that's going to do wonders for a first-degree murderer and child rapist. This is why I don't pay attention to the news. Yeah. 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 Yeah, caught and rapists are mentally ill. Fuck, yeah. That guy down south that was killing pedophiles, that I think he had the right idea, just saying, yeah. Looking at pictures of the healing lodge, it looks very low security and looks like something some hippie would pay to go to. Yeah, failure, you're right, yeah. Yeah, it's basically a sweat lodge where they focus on healing and reform. They do drum circles, chants, all that. Yeah, churchy. That's basically correct.
Terry Stafford's family and friends are outraged McClintock has been moved and they have planned. Link. Rally on Parliament Hill for November 2nd to protest.
I wouldn't blame them for planning a rally on Parliament Hill. I would be outraged too. Fuck, I'm not their family and I'm outraged. I can't imagine the anger and the pain this has brought up for that family. Holy Christ. Way to go, Corrections Canada.
Period. There's got to be something that we can do to make a difference, said Kara Adeline Boysen, a family friend who's organizing the rally. Organizers want to see legislation that would see those convicted to life without parole after murdering children or other vulnerable people serve out life sentences without privileges such as lowered security clearances or day passes. Such legislation was tabled by the Stephen Harper government but not passed.
Yes, okay. That's a piece of legislation that I agreed with from the Stephen Harper government. He was the prime minister before Justin Trudeau. There wasn't much I agreed with Stephen Harper on, but that particular piece of legislation that was talking about basically barring people who commit, child murder or murder of other vulnerable people, like disabled people or whatever, seniors, they should be barred from lower security clearances and day passes. I would totally agree with that. And this would be a perfect situation to prove their point. This is the problem with the First Nations having their own laws. Yeah, Pinkalo, I completely agree with you. Well, you're not wrong. It's on a reserve. That's the whole thing. Yeah.
During an interview with CTV's Power Play on Tuesday, Minister of Public Safety Ralph Goodale said officials consider public safety and the best rehabilitation methods before deciding to transfer an inmate to a lower security facility.
You consider public safety before you... Are you sure, Mr. Goodale? Are you sure about that? Are you unfamiliar with the finer points of this little girl's death? Do you know how she died? Because I know how she died, and the article is about to tell us how she died, I think. So, are you sure you considered public safety? Or are you just, going with the, oh, I'm a poor native, and let me guess, her next thing that's gonna happen is that she's gonna say, oh, my boyfriend Michael Rafferty, he made me do it. Despite the fact that she, this article is gonna let us know.
The prison management officials have determined this is the best way to both rectify her bad practices in the past, but also to keep the public safe, he said. The officials that have the professional capacity to make that decision are making it in what they judge to be the best public interest.
Her bad practices? Her bad practices. Are you shitting me right now, Mr. Goodale? Her bad practices? Yeah, you know what? I'm done. We're gonna go for funny stuff now. I can't finish this. I can't. We're gonna go for funny shit now. Don't be sorry, Chadwick. We're gonna go to some lighter shit now, 'cause this is I can't finish this story. No. No. Oh, here's a funny story. Blindness, no barrier to golf. Did you guys think blindness was a barrier to golf in the first place? On line of sight, because this guy is so flat. You're welcome, Chadwick. Yeah. Oh, good morning, Wicked Hard. How are you? All right, let's get to this headline here. Blindness, no barrier to golf. This is from Australia, from a golfing magazine. Michelle Watts is on her way to Rome for the blind golf titles. So this isn't even like a blind person playing golf with sighted people. This is a blind person playing golf with blind people. So, honestly, of course there's no barriers to it. It's blind fucking golf, you fucking cretin. All right, let's listen to this.
Michelle Watts has been a golfer for a long time, but the game has changed dramatically for her in the 3 years since she first suffered the effects of an optic nerve disorder that left her legally blind. You are currently...
Okay, so she's legally blind. She's been legally blind for 3 years, but she's been a golfer for longer than that. So, again, why would you even have a headline of golf no barrier or blindness no barrier to golf? That's...
Watts, 59, noticed the world growing foggy through one eye in 2015 and then the other in 2016. Diagnosed with a mitochondrial genetic condition known as LHON, Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy. She has lost most of her central vision, meaning that... A mitochondrial Michelle
what?
Watts, 59. Noticed the world growing foggy through one eye in 2015 and then the other in 2016. Diagnosed with a mitochondrial genetic condition known as LHON, Leber's hereditary optic neuropathy. She has lost most of her central vision, meaning that she cannot make out people's
Okay,
faces
so
unless they are
she's
within.
got neuropathy in her optic nerves. So she's got no central vision, but she has peripheral vision. I see. Okay.
But it did not stop her from playing her beloved game of golf.
Well, why would it stop you from playing golf? Golf is I've got to tell you, golf isn't rugby. It's a very slow-paced sport. It's not like good for her that she's a good enough golfer to go to the world titles for blind golf. But first of all, author of this article, blindness can't be a barrier to golf if you're playing blind golf. That's just silly. And second, golf, like I said, it's not exactly like you're playing, football here. It's a, hit the ball, walk, hit the ball, walk. And if you're a pro golfer, you've probably got a caddy. So if you're a blind pro golfer, you've probably got a sighted caddy. So it's not like you're playing golf all by yourself. You've got some assistance. And I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying, like, these are all the things that make it. Yeah, she can. She has peripheral vision. She just has no central vision. So technically, she is legally blind, but she still has peripheral vision.
Mother of two Watts had been a 20-year club golfer at Monash Country Club and Chatswood Golf Club in Northern Sydney, and she quickly found the New South Wales chapter of Blind Golf Australia, which helps the site, impaired to remain in the game or started afresh. You are currently on it.
So first of all, she's got 20 years of golfing experience. Sounds like she was pretty well known in Australia for her prowess. They take her to a putt-putt and give her pizza after. That's awesome. Oh my God, that's great.
Last year at Royal Sydney, she won her first Australian championship in the B3 division, dodging the 200-plus bunkers adroitly with the help of caddy Bob Grant. You are currently on.
So she had. How do you dodge things adroitly with help? Dodging something adroitly means that you are doing it. Good morning, Cult of Grill. But seriously, how do you do something adroitly with help? Adroitly means that you're doing it like boom, boom, boom. I'm on the ball. I'm fine. I've got everything under control, but I need help. As a blind person, I would not say that I'm doing something adroitly if I need help with it. I'm not saying there's something wrong with having your caddy's assistance, but author, please don't say that the blind person who's legal, please don't say the blind person is doing something adroitly with help. Jeez, that's an oxymoron. That doesn't work. That's very confusing.
Watts, a 29 handicapper from Northwood near Lane Cove on the Sydney North Shore, is part of an 8-person Australian team that headed to Italy this week for the World Blind Golf Championships in Rome from 1 October 5th. It is her first appearance at a world title and a career highlight. I don't see people's faces around me. She told golf.org this week. Watts. I don't see people's faces around me. She told golf.org this week. Central Vision things like reading and using the computer. Anything that's detailed at all is impossible. You can't see what's in your kitchen cupboard or your bathroom. Or drive a car, obviously. You are currently on.
No, you can't see like detailed stuff, but you can still see a ball. And like this author, the reason I'm sharing this article with you guys is because the way the author wrote it is like, look at this amazing woman. She's a golfer. Like, blindness is no barrier to her playing golf. Well, she's playing blind golf and she has peripheral vision and she's got a really good caddy and but look at how well it's not a barrier to her. Well, it never was a barrier. It it it's not a You can't say something is not a barrier when it's never been a barrier. That doesn't work, author. And like this was an article for Golf Magazine in Australia or golf.org. So it's not like a specifically blind golfing publication, it's just a golfing publication. So this was like again, I'm going to use the term inspiration porn. Um hmm. Oh, did you guys hear about the Russian chick that's running around throwing bleach on men because they're, in her view, manspreading? So she's pouring bleach on their crotches on the subway in Russia. Did you guys hear about that? That was an interesting thing, but that story is full of links and pictures that make it harder to get to navigate through. So I'm gonna skip that one, unfortunately. Let's find something else. Oh, here's a funny Canadian story. Manspreading has a purpose. Women don't have balls. Exactly, Churchy. Yes, the evil men's. Yes, I agree, Pincolo. If you guys find any stories that you want me to read, tag me or we'll start the hashtag blind press reads. And you can also at me in the tweet. It's my Twitter handle is blind press. It's all one word. The capital B or the B is capitalized and the P is capitalized, but it's all one word. Good idea, Pincalo. Let's find the headline here. So, a new Democrat member of parliament in Canada. New Democrat is the most left. Well, I wouldn't say the most left because there's the Green Party, but they are barely a party. They have like 3 seats in parliament. So the New Democrats are they're pretty damn left leaning. They're also fairly socialist. They still have some form of capitalism in their ideology, but they're pretty damn socialist. If they had their way, there would be free childcare and free national health care. But of course, no higher taxes to pay for all of it. um, just to give you an example of where they're leading. But this particular MP stood up in question period yesterday. His name was Romeo Saginaw or Saganash, however this guy's name is. He said Trudeau doesn't give a fuck about Indigenous people. So let's see what he says.
Element. A veteran NDP MP used the most unparliamentary language to blast the Liberal government's push to complete the Trans Mountain expansion project despite concerns from many Indigenous groups. You are currently...
This is over the Trans Mountain pipeline. Of course, the NDP hates the... NDP are Liberal light, and then the Conservatives are... Hi, D-Law. We're talking about Romeo Saginaw, D-Law. I don't know if you heard about him yesterday yelling that Trudeau doesn't give a fuck about Indigenous people because of the Trans Mountain pipeline.
Why doesn't the Prime Minister just say the truth and tell Indigenous peoples that he doesn't give a fuck about their rights? Romeo Saganash asked in question period Tuesday, stunning the House of Commons. Though some NDP MPs applauded, House Speaker Jeff Regan immediately called on Saganash to apologize. You are...
Apologize for saying a bad word, even though we're all adults. And he doesn't. He just likes to pay them lip service. It's kind of fucked up. Yeah? Trudeau only cares about optics, to be fair, just like all politicians. Yeah. But yeah, if the House Speaker finds somebody saying why doesn't he just admit he doesn't give a fuck about their rights offensive? Boy, oh boy, would he have gone absolutely bright pinky red if he had been in a room with Margaret Thatcher back in the day. But that's just my opinion.
Watch the moment. Frame. You are currently on a frame. In the preamble to his question, the pre-MP responded in French that he was speaking out in anger because what is happening is so insulting. He did withdraw the word.
Oh, he's a Cree. So he knows of what he speaks. He's a Cree MP. So none of them care about natives. The frickin' native MP is saying Trudeau doesn't give a fuck about native rights, and the speaker's like, you need to apologize for that. Right now. But we love the natives. Yes, oh my, they're virgin ears. Yeah, I know, right? But seriously, like, Trudeau, you don't give a fuck about native rights, says the native member of parliament. Excuse me, sir, you need to apologize for that. But we care about you, native people. Just don't tell us what we're doing wrong. Don't tell us the Prime Minister doesn't care about natives when it's evident that he doesn't care about natives. Fuck. To be honest, there have been zero fucks given about any party leader to the natives and the Inuit. Yeah, you're right. You're very right.
In the preamble to his question, Saganash said the federal government plans to build a pipeline expansion regardless of whether they can accommodate the concerns of all Indigenous groups affected. What that means is that they have decided to willfully violate their constitutional duties and obligations, Mr. Speaker. Sounds like a most important relationship, doesn't it? He said. You are currently...
Yeah, not wrong.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is in New York City this week for the United Nations General Assembly. Natural Resources Minister Amarjeet Sohi responded on his behalf, saying that he had reached out to Indigenous communities on the Trans Mountain expansion even before the Federal Court of Appeal. Link. There's no relationship more important to Link. Quashed the government's approval of the project last month. There's no relationship more important to our government than the relationship with Indigenous peoples, and we will move forward with this project in the right way, making sure we are meeting our constitutional obligations to meaningfully consult with Indigenous peoples. So he said. You are currently on...
But then why are you pushing the project through despite the Supreme Court going, no? We natives don't seem to matter, yeah. Trudeau only cares about money and that's it. And appearances, says D-Law. Yeah. Yeah. Money and appearances.
Heading level 3. Saguenay leading voice on Indigenous rights. The Federal Court of Appeal found that the Trudeau government link did not meaningfully consult Indigenous communities before approving the pipeline expansion project in 2016. The ruling also found that the environmental review did not adequately consider the impact of increased oil tanker traffic off the British Columbia coast. SOGI announced Friday that the federal cabinet is link giving the National Energy Board 22 weeks to redo its environmental review of the project to take into account what increased tanker traffic means for BC, including killer whales. SOGI said last week that details on how the government will restart consultations with Indigenous communities will be announced shortly. You are currently on a text. SOGI said Saguenay, who represents the Northern Quebec riding of Abitibi Bay James Nunavik DIO, has been a leading voice on Indigenous rights since he was first elected in 2011. A residential school survivor, he was among the architects of the landmark. Link. United Nations Declaration on Saguenay's. Link. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. UNDRIP. Saguenay's. You are currently on link. Private Members Bill, which called on Canada to ensure its laws are in harmony with UNDRIP, passed in the House in May. With files from the Canadian press.
Okay, so the Supreme Court has basically said the government fucked up and didn't consult the natives adequately. This guy is calling them out, got a little angry, said he didn't give a fuck about native rights, and the speaker's like, oh, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. Even though you're native. Get that video of Trudeau getting punched in the face. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I wish I could actually see it. Or the one where he falls down the stairs. The one where he falls down the stairs is funny as hell. A Sims producer wants disabilities represented. It's important. Yes, you heard that right. The Sims wants people with disabilities represented in their games. Yes, toe the line, you bigoted redneck. Yes, toe the line, you bigoted red man. Exactly. Straight Sith male. Straight Sith male, yes. Sims 4 producer wants disabled people represented. Oh my. Do you think they're going to code the game so that, you know, blind people and stuff like that can actually play The Sims? No, I don't. I think they're just going to want people in wheelchairs and people with canes wandering around. Trudeau is universally hated by every Albertan I know. He puts up with them for their oil while taking a dump on them universally. Yeah. That's going to make end badly, you know. People are going to go, oh yeah, that, you know, people are going to freak out when they start making fun of blind, deaf, retarded Sims. God damn it, it's a video game. Yeah, Vamp, I know, right? Is Sims still even a thing? Yeah, with teenage girls, I think. They're gonna give you wheelchair people, not actually cater to handicaps. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much. So let me get this set up here. Get the headline all lined up. So this is from the 10th of September. It's a few days old, but I think it's still freaking amusing. Let's find the story here. Remember, guys, if you are willing and able, check out this Patreon and Streamlabs. And Help me furnish up my office. I should show you guys how I stream with my guitar case as my footrest. It's funny. I'm not a teenage girl and I love The Sims. Yeah. Nightbot is looking at you. Oh God. Oh no. That's awful. I hope he's not assaulting you with his robotic glaze. Oh, thank you. I didn't get the notification, Churchy. Let me see. I am sorry. Let me read this article and then I will check the Streamlabs and see if there's any messages to read. I'm scared now. Did I put a thought in your head, Vamp? I'm sorry. Now, let's read this ridiculous article.
Yes, we are active. The Sims is built as a simulation of the real world. Over the years, the game's many updates pushed for greater representation. Create a Sim was overhauled to be gender neutral. The skin tone palette was updated to include a greater diversity for non-white complexions. And the game makes a point to celebrate cultures and countries from all around the world. The next step, like producer Grant Rodick says, is to add people with disabilities to the game. Pause. Unmute.
My representation. We got the trans and the queer and the races and everything, but we don't have the wheelchair people. My representation, my representation. When I freaking play a game, I don't play a game specifically to look for disabled characters. Do you think I play Soul Calibur and sit there fuming that there's no blind fucking fighter who, has a sword in one hand and a cane in the other? No!
Quality. Full screen.
No! Fucking leave the disabled people out of this. You know what? You want to make things inclusive for disabled people? Make the game playable by blind people. Here's a thought. Put closed captionings in the game for deaf people. Oh, but we don't want those handicaps playing our game. No, fuck that. We just want them in the game so we can feel like we're doing something.
Quality. Full screen. Link. He said on Twitter. You are currently on. Yes, we are actively pondering this right now. Link. He said on Twitter. Following months of chatter about appropriately representing disabilities in the game. Give us a little time. It's important. You are currently.
No, it's not important.
Rodick has been fielding queries about including people with disabilities for months. Many players have expressed their concern over the development of the possible update. In June, Rodick addressed wheelchairs specifically.
Of course, oh, Vamp, you called it. They addressed wheelchairs specifically. Seriously, most people play The Sims for a fun way to murder them and watch them suffer. That's not going to go well at all. No, you're right, Nico.
Pause. Unmute.
Oh, deaf people can play Sims 4, fine. Okay, well, see, now The Sims is now a genocide simulator.
Quality. Full screen. We haven't been able to make any real progress on it, but I was talking to some Simmers who use wheelchairs a month or so ago and they helped us solve some design challenges. It'd be very, very cool to do. You are currently.
Okay, so deaf people can use it. People in wheelchairs obviously can play because they can see. Unless, of course, they happen to be blind and in a wheelchair. So it seems to me that Sims producer guy, you are excluding one specific group of disabled people from your game by not making it, by not coding it to be usable with a screen reader. That's fairly ableist of you. Oh, but wait a minute. you're gonna put disabled Sims in your game, so that's okay. That's fine. Because blind people don't want to play video games.
Repeat.
Hi, Jesse.
Link, he said. We link, he said. Period. Link. Recommended Slittershows. Link. In 48. Link. Link. Image.
Where's
Seven,
the
link,
rest of the
set, link,
story
image,
here?
75. Link. I would want to have the question was posed regarding the accurate portrayal of elder Sims, but Rody thinks there's a larger opportunity to include people with disabilities on a broader level.
The accurate portrayal of elder Sims?
Pause. Unmute.
People give a fuck about that? People care about the accurate portrayal of old Sims? Really? Really? This is a thing? Yeah, that would be hard. There are some video games that very for sure are not able to work for screen readers. But totally ableist, The Sims can use both arms. I'm triggered. Yes. Oh, what a ridiculous.
Quality. Full screen. I would want to have wheelchairs to reflect the stories of differently abled people, but it could also work with elders and others.
I would want to have wheelchairs to reflect the... Why is it always wheelchairs? In Sims 2, they had a damn potion to keep you from getting old. Accuracy is out the window.
Repeat.
Wow, that's... Why is it always wheelchairs that people use to portray disabled people? Like, seriously.
Pause. Unmute.
Why?
Volume level. Link. He said, it's not clear what kinds of disabilities will be represented or how The Sims intends to implement the update. Check back for updates.
It's not clear what disabilities will be represented. Yes, because you're focusing on wheelchairs. Holy fuck. Who wants disabled people? Again, I don't watch TV or play video games to look for people like me. I get kind of angry when I see disabled stuff because like in shows and stuff, because unless it's like, you got to do it in a way that makes it not like it's shoved down your throat. There are no epileptic Sims. That's ableist. Those bastards. I think you can, in Sims 3, you could have the Sims be neurotic or insane. Okay. All the magic stuff in the Supernatural expansion, yeah. I can see a blind version of Frogger. That would be weird. That would be odd, odd, odd. So guys, do you enjoy me finding silly news about disabilities and stuff? What stuff do you like me to cover? Do you like the variety that I'm doing? Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's just trying to figure out what to keep doing and what not to keep doing. Okay, so I used to be really good at Bushido Blade, but I don't have a PlayStation. so I can't play Bushido Blade anymore. I played Killer Instinct on both the shit. What system was that? I want to say Super Nintendo. And I had the Game Boy version as well. Um, yeah. Well, awesome. That's great to hear, guys. I'm glad you're enjoying what's going on. Yes. Uh, or was it the other way around? No, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think you're right. I think Yoda was in the Xbox version and Vader was in the PS3 version. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it went. God, I miss the new Soul Calibers. The last time I played Soul Calibur was Soul Calibur 4. Um, like 3 or 4 years ago. I haven't played the newer ones. Yes, Link was on GameCube. Yes, Pincalo found a disc that has like all of the old Nintendo games on it. For the like, it's an emulator, but it's for the Dreamcast. So there's a whole bunch of games, and also Vader is technically a cripple. Yeah, not wrong. Not wrong. Right. Vader was the PS3 version because I got pissed off when our buddy brought over the PlayStation and I couldn't play Yoda. Let's see, guys. I don't really have any more. I don't have any more news for you. Yeah, the I do well with those types of fighting games, Nico. The crappy part about some of the older games, like um, what was it, Street Fighter, I think that we were playing. Um, the way that the music is, it's way louder than the characters are. So it's really hard for me to hear my character versus the other character and determine who's doing what and where they are. But if I can hear the characters, then I'm really then I'm good. Like oh, I forgot Ready to Rumble. I love Ready to Rumble. I want to get my hands on the first one because I only have the round two. Yes, yes, Pincalo found Jailbreak. Oh well, thank you, Wicked Heart. That's awesome. Welcome to the party. Yeah, we can't do that with the old Dreamcast games, unfortunately. We we've just got the white 1998 console. Um, oh my goodness, I apparently need more coffee. Yawning is happening. So yeah, we'll probably find something to play for this Sunday's Blind and the Special. Oh, Street Fighter versus SNK 2, the Japanese version. That's why I had trouble. That's why you had trouble with it. Yeah. Stop talking about coffee. I'm out. Oh, damn, that sucks, dude. Oh, I hate those days. I really do. I feel you. Those days fucking suck. I do not envy you at all. Man, that sucks. Oh, there is a new video up. I don't think any of my patrons are here watching this stream. But what I've started doing is I've started putting any uploaded video that I do in an unlisted state for 24 hours, and then I post the link in a patrons only post over on my Patreon. And then after 24 hours, I make the video public. So for non-patrons, the newest video will be going public around midnight tonight. I want a cup so bad. Yeah, I don't doubt it. So what I've started doing, it's a new type of series. They're about a minute long, and they're public service videos for things that I'm focusing on things that aren't helpful for blind people, but I do plan on doing some things that are, because I don't want to just focus on the negative. What was I gonna say? So we've got shit. I was reading chat and I completely lost my train of thought. God damn it. I hate when that happens. Shit. What were we talking about just now? We've got tomorrow I will have some more articles for you, I'm sure. And then Friday is my guest / call-in show. If I don't have guests, then I will. If I don't have a guest lined up, then I will throw the link in chat like halfway through. Halfway through the show. And whoever is available and not in a place where they can't talk can feel free to click the link. I'm actually getting kind of hungry, so I'm gonna wrap it up at 11 instead of quarter after or 20 after, unless you guys have any more questions for me. Other than I will stick around. But I didn't have a chance to eat before I did the stream, so I'm getting kind of peckish over here. So if there's no other questions or comments, Monkey Island. I've heard of Monkey Island. I've never played it, but I've heard of it. I'm going to wrap things up. Thank you very much for the donation from Churchy McBiscuit. That was very awesome. I hope everyone has an awesome day. Like I said, feel free to visit the Patreon and Streamlabs links in the description. If you're not able to do that, then thank you for coming and watching. Please like and share. It helps just as much as the donations do. It helps me spread the channel around and get my name out there, and I'm having lots of fun talking to you guys. So, you too, Chadwick. You too, Hog Silk. You take care as well. Everyone, I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe out there. We'll see you tomorrow at 10 Eastern. And don't forget, this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern is the Star Trek stream where myself, Skeptalk, the One Ton Hammer, and Polydub will be reviewing the pilot episode of The Next Generation Encounter at Farpoint. So we will see everyone tomorrow morning. Have an awesome day. Stay safe.